All right, we are back with the Burning Wheel, the Pronati, Crow Inquisitors. All right, so let's make some rolls, guys. Dellon, Cantarius, and Antonius. So are you just gonna try to track down
The guards.
Alphonse? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, yeah.
Right. I mean, I think you can find that he can lead you to the guards pretty easily. The guy you were talking to. And so you're just talking to them. I think that's where we open scene again. You're just talking to them, and then they're just like, yeah. I mean, forgive us if we made a mistake, Mister Holy Knight, but he walked
Mr.
up.
Holy Knight.
He walked up to the door and he said that he needed them for something really important, and he sounded pretty convincing. So I mean,
Yeah. He shakes his head. He's like, don't worry about it. I just need to know where they went.
I don't know that specifically, sir. Again, like I try not to pry too much into noble business. And so I just
Ask him what his definition of fully is.
What? Why?
I'm kidding. No, I'm not. I'm just.
but he says, he, I think they were heading towards the manor estates. And so, I mean, but that's how you get out of here. So they could be anywhere in the city.
He said, did they, I mean, he told you, I assume, at least some kind of excuse. You said he was convincing. Did they drop any names, say anything? I mean, I don't expect it was the truth, but, I mean, it's nothing, it's better than nothing.
Again, no names or anything, sir. Just a general direction. They were going towards the manor estates. You might want to ask again out towards there. Maybe people saw them walking through the city and stuff.
He kind of sighs and nods. He's like, all right, thanks. I'll do that. I'm going to pray for guidance.
Sure.
Which I think is 5, right?
Let me look. I think it's probably going to be 4 for you because you have.
Oh, is it normally 5? I thought it was normally 6.
Well, let's see. Here are these rolls. Here we go. Guidance is 5, so it's 4 for you.
Oh, cool. I might actually get it then, maybe. And yeah, there's no forks into attributes, unfortunately. Okay. I mean, I got a couple Artha. I have 5 dice. Yeah, why not? 4. Gosh darn it, son. Why?
Well, yeah.
Well, I mean, I might as well. I
No guidance is offered.
I only have 1 fate point, so never mind.
No guidance is offered.
Alrighty, well.
Oh, poor Dellon's lost and alone.
Yeah, so he's sort of like looking up at the sky, like silently praying, and he doesn't hear anything back, and he just kind of sighs. He's like, my life. Yeah, so
The clouds telling you something useful there.
he just gives you a look, like thought you didn't want to talk to me. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out if he's not normally a snarky person, so I'm trying to think if he's gonna say something. I don't think he does. Yeah, I think he just looks at you like, whatever. And he, I guess we're gonna walk towards the manor. Maybe we'll see him walking on the street. It'll be great.
I mean, again, you can make a circles roll, right? Like to find someone who knows about.
Can I make a circles roll to find Alphonse?
Not to find Alphonse, right? Because he's not.
I mean, that's what it's for, right?
But... Him player character. Player character don't count for nothing.
Give me 1 second.
Can I make a circles roll to find Akia?
I mean, probably.
I mean, she's with him, so.
It'd be based on it'd be based on what you know about her.
Oh yeah, we have no similar things. Gosh darn it.
Well, and even if you did, you wouldn't be able to find her because she's with him outside of what she would normally be doing. right?
Well, yeah.
Probably not normally what she'd be doing.
I mean, I don't know. Well, what she'd normally be doing would be so out of line of what I do that it wouldn't matter. I don't think I mean, the difficulty would probably be higher than my circles, so it's not. I don't think it's worth it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, maybe I just know somebody who knows everything that happens, and maybe I can find them.
Sorry about that.
An
Go ahead.
oracle?
All right, I'm gonna see if I can find somebody who has their ear to the ground that, like, knows what's going on and stuff.
Who knows what's what?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, to be totally honest, I don't know. I don't think there's any way that Dellon can, like, try and find him. There's just no leads. I mean, it almost might be like trying to find the cults might just be the thing to do, and then maybe I'll stumble upon him. I mean, he does still have that curse on him. He can't really, like, straight up defy the Inquisition, or he'll die. I assume there's not a range restriction to this.
No.
So, like, yeah.
The concept of range would be so thoroughly outside of normal for us, anyway.
Yeah, I mean,
Got it.
because you don't have magic, really, so, I mean...
And we don't have
Yeah.
wireless electronic communication, so...
Well, right, but I mean, like, spell range, right? Like, we know magic exists, so, like, there's obviously, like, only a certain distance where you can do stuff at.
Oh, I suppose line of sight.
And if nothing else, we have crossbows and stuff. Like, I mean, we have an idea of, okay, I'm far away from you and stuff. But like,
I can't hit a piece of metal from 60 yards away.
exactly. And I feel like we could do, like, okay, well, the magic can only hit it from so far away, right? Like, but I mean, he didn't insinuate that. Like,
There's no inclination whether or not. So yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, he wouldn't let us go to another town if he couldn't trip it from there. So, like, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, presumably, assuming Alphonse isn't totally an idiot, which, I might not like him, but he's not, he still has intelligence, then at least
Really?
to some degree. I mean, like,
Does he?
he's brash, but, like, he knows things, at least to some degree. Like, he's not going to get himself killed. He likes himself too much.
Very true.
Maybe that's a better argument. Let's go with that. I feel like looking after this cult is going to be, or chasing after this cult is going to be the best way to trying to find him. Because, I mean, let's be honest, if we're looking for him, we just have to go to the place with the most trouble, and that's the cult.
Or the most women.
So, yeah, well, that wouldn't be the cult, probably. But, I mean, I'm sure there's plenty of establishments with, that kind of thing. But, so
let's
I
find
don't
the
know.
cult.
Yeah, maybe our best bet is just to look after the cult. And I have an idea for that. So I'm going to go find... I'm gonna go to the... Unless someone else has an idea, we're going to go to the guard shack thing. Guard house. Barracks. That's what it's called.
Can I make a magical sight check to see whether or not I can tell that Antonius is troubled?
I mean, I think you could probably assume that he's trouble. I mean, he, like, barked at me for, like, no reason, presumably, like, from our point of view.
So it would be a routine check.
Maybe. Well, and I mean, it's probably up to Antonius, but it might be obvious. I think we lost
And I'll
him.
get a free routine.
There you go. Well, like,
okay.
Antonius, like, I mean, is it obvious? Are you, like, brooding and, like, sulking around, or are you trying to hide it?
I think my snapping at you over my shop was... Yeah,
Right.
no, I'm not hiding anything explicitly. I'm just not happy right now.
Right.
Okay.
To be fair, it's also been a really long time since you've read expressions and stuff, but I mean, his voice and stuff. So I think, Connor, you probably know, unless Caleb wants you to roll.
Yep.
Obviously, it's up to him. So.
I'm sorry. I've been trying to look up something.
That's fine. Connor was just wondering if he'd have to roll to see that Antonius was troubled, and Antonius said Josh said he wasn't really hiding it, so I wasn't sure if you'd want him to make, like, a routine roll or if he just knows.
Yeah, I think especially because of the whole situation with Cantarius getting his sight back and all that stuff, I think he's a lot more being very specifically observant about these kinds of things now, and so yeah.
Plus, I mean, he could still, like, he had an acute sense of hearing and stuff. Like, he'd know the inflections and stuff.
Yeah,
so.
I think Antonius or Cantarius can pick that up.
Okay.
Then read me like a book.
So I don't need to roll a sight check.
Nope, you're fine.
But I want to roll a sight check. So what do we do then?
Okay.
You can roll a sight check.
I make a face at you while you're not looking at
Make a graduated sight check, and I'll give you more information based on how the successes go.
Okay.
Connor, you power gamer.
Thank you.
I hit him with my sword, but I make it really hard. Like I close my eyes and I only hold the sword with my pinky.
Modifiers at all?
No,
Not if you
I
want a
don't think so.
regular check.
Okay. I was really just asking for ideas, but
Oh.
that's fine. Wait, what? Are you serious?
Well,
Are you kidding me?
So Cantarius sees a butterfly and he doesn't pay attention to anything else.
Oh my gosh. Oh man. Oh gosh.
Mister, can I make a sight check for that? Now no longer has the ability to.
I guess I'll never ask that again.
That's karma.
That's what you get
learned
for
my
power
lesson,
gaming,
guys.
Connor.
I've learned my lesson.
You fall off a cliff.
By the electronic dice.
Yeah, right. All right.
I blame it for everything now.
Yeah, I know. I know how you feel, man. I know how you feel.
Connor, just use a sound check. Listen for his heartbeat. Come on.
Anyways, so we go to the barracks.
You go to the barracks.
Yes.
Who,
The one that would have dealt with the riot that we saw earlier. That part of the. I assume there's multiple barracks. Pardon? Sorry.
So you go to that one specifically? You mean?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Got it. Sure.
And I look for the guy in charge of that station.
Sure. Yeah. Holy Knight. What can I do for you?
Says who was on station the day that the riot happened in the on the return of the exonerated criminals? Not me. It wasn't me. I don't know what I'm talking about.
I'm not sure. I don't know off the top of my head, sir.
Do you have the skill conspicuous? You have the skill conspicuous, don't you?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
I mean, I feel like mark of privilege would probably be more of a. That actually
There you go.
gives you a penalty if you're trying to be inconspicuous.
Oh wow.
Below your station. Like if I'm like, I'm a peasant, they're like, no, you're not, dude. You have the mark of privilege right there on your forehead.
I'm not speaking that accent, no matter how hard you try.
Yeah, exactly. It's like I hear your accent. You have money in your accent. But no, I'm poor. See, my sides have holes in them.
There's no coin in my mouth. I'm poor.
Anyways, all that to say,
Yeah.
yeah. No, I don't actually care if he notices who I am.
Right. Yeah, that's fine. So I mean, basically, what he says is like, I know, him, and him were, and he kind of points at two random people. It's like I can't give you a full roster off the top of my head. It's kind of informal.
Oh, I mean, I just need the guy in charge. I don't need the whole detail.
I mean, that's me. I was there.
Oh, that day you were
Yeah.
on station that day. Oh,
I
all
was
right,
there that day.
then
I
you're,
remember.
and you're the one I'm looking for.
Pepperidge Farms remembers.
Oh my god.
Howie.
Says any of the combatants, I mean, any of the people in that crowd, were any of them notable? Any of them trouble? Causing trouble? Were any of them nobles? Any of them any kind of movers or shakers? Anybody important?
In the crowd.
In the casualties.
Oh, in the
I don't expect you to know who walked away, but the casualties, I assume you would have recognized at least somebody, or at least had a requisition for the body.
Yes. Let me think. One moment, please. And he goes over and grabs a scroll, kind of looks at it. Yes, we have the release form for. And he spouts out some random noble's name. Doesn't ring a bell to you.
All right. I'm like, how much do you know about him, other than the fact that he died in the fight?
Other than the fact that he died in the fight.
You cut out. Oh, there you go.
Other than the fact that he died in the fight.
So yeah, the captain was telling me about the noble that died.
Right, and what was the question that you last asked him?
Basically, just what did he know about him? I'm trying to get an idea if he was one of the ones that was like a sympathizer that I could go, or if he wasn't, if I could go talk to the family and find out who was, because clearly they knew. But I just need to know who he's affiliated. I mean, obviously he has a requisition, so I know who he's affiliated with. But I'd also like to know if he knows if he's like if he was a troublemaker, if he was shifty, whatever.
Yeah, and I think Antonius, I think you recognized the name when it was said. It is not
10% skill.
It is not the guy that got you in prison, but it's his brother. You recognize the last name, so it's like it's related to him.
Decisions.
But yeah, so I mean, and you can say something if you want to, but so the guy's like, yeah, I mean, they're one of the estates. It's in the northern section of the noble estates, just past the wall. I don't really know much about them. What are you trying to find out?
He's like, basically, I want to know, in your opinion, I understand you don't know him well, but do you think he was one of the individuals who was aggressing against the supporters of the cultists, or do you think he was one of the supporters of the cultists, basically? Like, which side do you think he was on?
Oh, well, I don't think that he was...
on the Confederate side?
I don't really think that he was, like, in the thick of it fighting people, but I think he was... I mean, I don't know how long you've been away, Holy Knight, or if you have been away, but sounds like you were, because, yeah, I mean, that family, they've been one of the primary supporters of supporters, I shouldn't say that, sympathizers, rather, with the Cult of Dreamers. It's been a little bit of a political struggle.
And they haven't been butchered yet?
No, they haven't. It's been surprising to me, especially how tolerant the church has been with the nobility, in that sense, sympathizing.
Beautiful. Well, that's the best lead we have so far. So I appreciate your assistance.
Absolutely.
He gave us general directions. I don't expect he'll know anything more specific. Sorry. Yeah. Like we'll go find our way towards their estate and have a few words with them.
All right. So we pick up the seed there.
Antonius have any objection to that? Not that, obviously not Dellon, that Dellon would expect anything. But...
Oh, I don't think Antonius does.
He doesn't have any objections because
that guy's family's in trouble.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean we open up with you guys, getting there and entering the estate.
Are we there yet?
You are there yet.
Oh.
All right, cool.
And I mean, like a servant kind of like meets you at like the gate of the estate, and they're like, "Yes, what would you like? Here to see the master, as I presume. Do you have official business?"
Yes, I do. And yes, I'd like to speak to the master.
All right, this way. And he recognized the Holy Knight symbol, and he doesn't question it, so he...
That's surprising. You think a Holy Knight showing up to the primary supporter of the cultists might be like, hey!
Or that's the way you act to make sure that they don't kill you.
Oh my goodness.
That's true, I guess. What, Connor?
No, I was just just ignore me. It's okay.
Okay.
Well, that is definitely something we can do, yes.
Jeez. All right, cool. Yeah, so we go in.
So you go in, and the person who is standing before you is none other than the guy who got Antonius in prison.
Wait, Antonius, you were in prison?
Yeah.
That was a joke, right? Please tell me that was a joke.
Yeah.
All right.
For a split second, I was like, "Oh, I should exploit this," and then I was like, "Oh, wait, duh."
Jeez.
Yeah. The reason I had said it was because I was going to make a joke, and then it ended up being sarcasm by the end of the sentence.
I feel it.
All right.
But yeah, so
no, I understand. All right.
This is a bad day for Antonius. So,
is it?
Yeah.
His hair looks fine.
Well, I mean, Dellon doesn't do anything, so like, I mean, if Antonius wants to interrupt him, that's fine. But he's just like,
right, yeah.
evening, whatever it is, morning.
It's morning
And,
or late morning.
okay. Says, "Good morning, Lord. Whatever your name is." I don't know his name.
I'm getting a name right now.
Okay. So, Lord, what's his name? And then, yeah. I mean, does Antonius do anything obvious right off the bat, or?
No. I
No?
think at this point, things have just gotten bad, and they're only going to get worse. And I think he's thinking about this one a little more.
Okay.
If we can get some dirt on this guy and his family and destroy them
Ooh,
thoroughly,
I like this guy.
Yes. Alternatively, we could just destroy them with
Love.
weapons.
Oh.
More expedient. They're part of the cult.
Love
Like,
weapons.
I mean, that's our job. Like our job is literally just to kill them. Okay.
Yeah. So his name.
Does he shoot first?
No. It's not Greedo.
Oh, okay.
Says who?
His name
Says
is
who? Come on.
You okay?
his name is Guido Sen. And yeah, I mean he says infuriatingly, I think so what happens is he comes before you, does like an elaborate bow, which is weird because nobility doesn't usually bow to anyone else. But yeah, he bows. I think like the camera kind of like pans to Antonius's face. What do we see on Antonius's face?
I think he's almost just irritated at this point that things are just one after the other.
Yeah. And I think we pan back to Guido and he does not notice you at all, Antonius. As far as you're concerned, you don't even exist. Whether or not he actually remembers you or not, hard to say. But so he looks at Dellon and he's like, "How can I be of assistance to you?"
You could die.
That wouldn't be a lot of help, to be honest.
Oh, I thought we were trying to help Antonius.
We are, but let's get what we know out of him, or what he knows out of him before we do anything violent. Yeah, so he's just like, we've come in reference to your a son, I assume, right? It was his son?
Brother?
Oh, right. In reference to your brother, my condolences on your loss, but we are.
Oh, wow.
What?
He just died today. Yeah.
No, it was like
2 days ago.
yesterday, wasn't it? Yeah,
Oh.
a couple days ago. Yeah. All right, yeah, because we had a couple days of
I was gonna say, this guy's taking it really well.
He is.
Yeah. Well, I mean, even 2 days still, but I mean, he's a noble. He probably doesn't care. Just kidding.
You're a noble.
Anyways, he's like,
Well, exactly. That's why he knows.
yeah. I don't know. No, just kidding. It's my condolences, but I've been led to understand that brawl was in relation to the Dreamers cult, and the church has assigned me to track them down. I was hoping I might be able to find some information in regards to them. I know your brother died at their hands. I'm sure, as I'm sure he wouldn't have been involved in any such thing. And I would like to. I hope that I might count on your cooperation in order to avenge your brother's passing.
And I think
basically he's like, I know you're not part of the cult, so you should help me find this cult so I can help you avenge your brother, because wink wink.
Yeah, so I think a complex set of emotions kind of flit across the guy's face. It's like and I don't know if you can really tell, but like almost fake sadness for a moment, and then like solemnity, and then interest, and then contemplation, and then he's like,
man, this guy thought it should have been a theater performer.
How do you know he's not?
I don't think that pays well.
Because no theater performer would be that uncoordinated to drop his half cape into a fire.
Wait, what?
When he got a.
Oh, okay. I gotcha.
So he says, now Dellon.
He knows my name.
Yeah, he does. And you're not sure exactly why. I mean, you're a popular figure, but Whether or not he
Right.
recognizes you
Is that appropriate for him to call me that?
No.
I assume it's not.
He comes up to you and he like puts his hand on your shoulder and he's like, Dellon. I would trust you not to be so blunt about these things. You knew I just lost my brother. And even though I am now the heir to the house, it is still a very sad day indeed. And
Of course.
I do trust that you will be, what's the word? Compassionate towards me in my hour of need. Talks of cults and horrible tragedies indeed. It's
Of course.
too much for me. Please, let's retire to my study for a glass of wine, perhaps. Maybe that will loosen our tongues.
Good job, Josh. Look what you did. Now he's an actor.
You're welcome. Maybe.
I take inspiration where I find it.
He says, I appreciate the gravity of your loss, of course. He says, that's why I thought I might count on you for assistance in bringing your brother's killers to justice. Unfortunately, I don't have a lot of time, as you might imagine.
I understand. I absolutely understand that. But Dellon, tragedy has struck this family. And I know that we have been historically, and by historically I mean in the past month, sympathizers of the, what do you call it, the cult. I wouldn't call it a cult myself, of course. Family, tradition, and all. We have a long history with what the church might consider cults. But cults in my definition have never been bad. They've just been opportunity to explore new doctrine in a very interesting way, I suppose you might say. But please, I beg you, let's retire to my study. We'll drink a glass of wine. The rest of your servants, they can go off and, I don't know, drink some mead or whatever they drink in the common room.
Anonymous servants.
Excuse me, what was that? I don't recall speaking to you.
No, you wouldn't.
Well,
What did you say?
he said he's a fool. Why would you do that?
If by fool you mean that I was once the court jester, then you would be very wrong. I was I was a dramaturge. Come on, you can't.
Did you say dramaturge?
A
You
dramaturge.
said dramaturge.
A
Why would you say
strutting
dramaturge?
performer. I don't know how much we can learn from this.
Yes.
The
A
nerd.
strutting peacock. I understand your distaste
Strutting
for me.
peacock. Dude,
You-
this guy's like a peacock's butt. Like,
you
this guy's ridiculous.
are not a fan of the theater, I suppose.
I'm like, oh, hold on a second. I'm like, I turn to Antonius and like, listen, I'm like, I don't know why. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of this guy myself, but we at least
I
need
can
to
hear you.
learn what he knows. Okay, well, I should be whispering, so I don't know.
I mean, he's
I mean, like, I was
right by
essentially
you.
like, I mean, I essentially like grabbing him, like, I guess I should probably walk away if he's that close.
Okay.
But like, be like, go over to a corner and be like,
Sure.
I understand he's not. I mean, he's annoying. I understand. I don't like him either. But this is the only lead we have.
And I think he turns to Antonius while you guys are doing this. He's like, "What are they saying over there?"
But that's, he basically kind of like, he's like, you know, we kind of need the information. So what do you? He pauses to like see what, you know, your response or whatever, because he has no idea who this guy is for you
This
compared to you.
man, this peacock of a man ruined my life.
I'm sorry, but what do you mean?
One day, he came strutting into my fort looking to buy a knife. Something fancy he wanted. Didn't much care where he wanted it for, but
Right.
the fool was playing with things he shouldn't have and stuck his half cape in the forge fire. Caught on fire, blamed me, and threw me in jail. Never even got a fair trial
For his half cape.
for his half cape.
Dang.
Man is shallow and stupid as that. He's gonna have any leads on this at all.
Well, I mean, they're looking for cultists. They're not generally known to be the. I mean, they're challenging a giant military church in their own city. We need to know what he knows. If he doesn't know anything, go ham on him.
So I think the camera cuts away real quick. I think the camera cuts away real quick back to him, and he has gotten out this little pamphlet, and he's reading off some sort of like line from a play to everyone else in all the other people.
Oh my gosh!
And then we cut back to you guys.
What did you say, Josh?
Can't sit. I will not sit and listen to him talk down to me.
Or you could and just deal with it.
Oh my gosh!
Do you say that under your breath, Cantarius?
Oh goodness, no.
Oh, he can't. I don't think. Well, I guess he can hear us.
Exactly. You totally
Magical
could.
ears. Gosh. He says, I understand. Or he's still whispering. He's like, I mean, actually, I mean, if there's something else we can do, like, I mean, yeah, basically, it's like, I mean, if you don't have to stay here and listen to him if you don't want. I mean, you can step out if you need to. That's all right. But and I mean, if you have business with him, that's fine. But at least allow me to try and discern what he knows first.
Fine, but I'm not staying here.
You know, it's like that's your decision. That's fine. And then he he's like, where should we look for you? Are you going far?
Are we still in the city, or are we kind of
You're still in the sitter. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the sitter? He's on the sitter, guys.
Tavern, bar nearby.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be a fancy noble one, like in the noble quarter, which is
Of course there would be.
but like you could go there if you wanted to. Yeah.
The key there is wanted to.
Yeah.
I mean, you could just stay outside if you want. Like, I mean, I can't imagine it could take that long.
I'll be outside.
He nods. He says, "All right, I'll try and make it quick." And turns around and goes to address Greedo again. I'm just kidding. Guido.
Chavatido.
Yeah.
Oh, Wagga Waggy.
Your head teeth is rusty, dude.
I know. I just watched
Anyways,
A New
yeah.
Hope the other day too.
Oh man. Yeah. So he walks back up to him. I apologize for the interruption. My friend is I'm a fan of the art.
Ferguson? Ferd Ferguson is the word you're looking for. Ferd
No.
Ferguson, just say it.
Not a fan of the arts is what I was
Make
looking
you feel
for.
better.
No. Well, anyways, he says, of course, you understand that. Well, I appreciate your invitation to a drink. I can't imbibe on official duty, of course. Again, I do appreciate your offer. He says, if you do have anything useful that we can use in attempting to. Well, okay, now he's admitted at this point that he's involved with the cult.
Pretty much, yeah.
Which complicates things because now I can't. Gosh dang it.
You should die. Plain and simple.
Yeah, but what are we supposed to learn from him? He's dead.
That's a
The
question.
secret to life and knowledge. That's what we're supposed to learn from him.
That's a question you ask after you've killed him.
Yeah.
What?
There-
No,
there-
that doesn't make any sense.
Hey,
There's a reason that says think with the hilt of your knife.
Yes, and that
Stab
person
him
is
with
not an investigator.
Of course not.
I mean, and neither is Dellon, but I don't have anything else to go on. So,
You guys miss me, don't you?
yep.
This is what happens when we try to do interrogations without Alphonse.
Yeah.
No, we don't miss you. We just miss your skill set.
So can I roll assuasion not on the basis of his immortal soul, but on the basis of like the opinion of the church, like you know
doesn't
that the
care.
church. Well, I mean, he doesn't care. Perhaps like that they dislike him, but I mean, it never hurts to have friends.
You can so you can try. You can try.
Okay.
So the intent is just to get him to tell you what he knows
Yeah,
about the
he's
cult.
basically like the church is a stronger ally to have than a group of cultists.
Mhm.
He's like, I mean, you know, he's like, all right, now we can cut to it. I understand. You know, you've admitted that you are man, why do I never remember that word? Not supportive, but sympathetic again towards them. He's
I
like
nearly said sympathist.
sympathetic.
Like sympathy from King Killer, not like sympathy.
Yeah.
Yes.
So he's like, he's like, I personally, I don't disagree with your opinions on the matter, but unfortunately, my occupation requires different of me. Says, of course, the church is a powerful ally to have, and cults are much weaker, as you might imagine, especially from what I've heard recently. Says, I'm sure the church would appreciate and perhaps even reward any support you might lend, especially from somebody as influential as yourself.
All right. Make that an ob 6.
I can't get that. All right.
I'll be right back.
Okay. Can I use my noble? I don't have a noble wise. I'm not Garwin. Oh.
You totally could have.
Yeah, that's a bummer. Antonius, you have any? Did he just leave?
Yeah.
Was it kind of that left, or?
Yeah. Cantarius could help you with intimidation, though.
Okay. Cool.
I think he'd probably be fine with that, yeah.
Okay. Well, it's technically possible.
So you get 2 dice then. Because he has a 7.
Oh, doesn't matter.
You got 3 sixes.
All right, I'm gonna roll his other dice then.
Yeah.
In a second. Which is also a 6. Are you kidding?
You gotta
me
spend
right
that
now?
fate now, man.
Yeah. That is insane. Watch me fail this.
I know.
Watch me fail
I'm
like
waiting.
a zombie.
I'm waiting for it.
All right. Slash roll 46. Are you joking?
You
Wait,
got it.
that might be
You
enough.
got it.
I got it. Oh, cool. I was like, a 1 and a 2? A 1 and a 2? What?
Yeah, so I mean, he puts a hand on your shoulder and he says, Dellon. I think we might just be able to have a conversation after all. If this is really on the table. The trust of the church? All I've ever wanted.
He smiles, like, sarcastically, like, yeah, sure. He's like, the Inquisition is a strong friend to have, I'm certain. He says, and, yeah, basically, like, yeah, pretty much. That's the case. So, no idea if that's true or not, but we'll go with it.
Sure.
And like you said, or that guy said, like, they've been easy on the nobles anyways, so.
Mm-hmm. So what is your first question for them? He's like, all right, like, what would you like to know, Dellon?
Basically, it's like, I want to meet with the cultists. I mean, anybody we can arrange a meeting with, or
You want to meet
I mean, we need to talk
with the
first. What?
cultists.
I'd like to speak to one of the representatives, or with the cult themselves.
I'm willing to go along with this if you do want to meet with them on 2 conditions. One, that you have an open mind when you go meet.
No, deal's off.
Think about... It's so funny because I forget you're there, Connor.
I know.
Now it's really like Antonius.
Oh no. Anyways.
Except you're the ones that can't see me.
It's reversed. Now you can see, no one can see you.
Yep.
But okay, so he
that's
says on 2
funny.
conditions. One, that you keep an open mind. That if this cult speaks to you, that you discover more. You ask about its doctrine. You don't just take it for heresy right off. It's done me wonders. Absolute wonders.
Wait, he's a part of the cult?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
He glances back to Yuma and he's like, my friend Yuma can attest to my open I promise I won't draw my sword on my first sight of them. That's not my intention.
Yeah, and I think Yuma's surprised that like she was kind of like zoning out, or she was like paying attention to the conversation, but and there, everyone's.
No, Connor Powers started screen sharing.
Connor. Connor.
Oh, it's the end of
none of us have faces anymore.
Oh. Well, I was trying to do that, so then maybe when I got back on it, it would allow me to start the thing. But no, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I destroyed it all. I'm trying to finagle the stuff, and it doesn't work.
Yeah. So.
Sorry. Yeah.
I think Yuma looks like kind of surprised that you mentioned her. Like she wasn't expecting you to mention her name, and so she like does one of these, and then yeah, and then kind of like nods.
Right. I mean, of course. Well, I guess she's foreign, so I guess that might be like he doesn't know who she is, so that doesn't really necessarily mean anything to him. But I guess the fact that she's foreign might at least.
Yeah, and I think he accepts it. He just nods. He's like, all right. Not gonna just offering it. Second condition. I forgot what his second condition was. What was the second condition? Keep an open mind, and
he doesn't get a second condition if he can't remember it.
Dang, it was such a good second condition too. I can't remember.
It was such a good second condition. Did you really just say that?
It was. Let's see. Keep an open mind. Dang it! I cannot remember. Oh, you're back, Connor.
I pulled the other webcam that we have.
Got it.
Out. Just sticking it on top.
Maybe now it'll let you switch to the other one, since you have to.
I already tried that. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right, sorry.
I suppose it wouldn't hurt trying again.
Remind me of what our conversation was like, what we were talking about before, because I think there was something in the conversation that sparked it.
I do have to go soon, just so you know.
Okay, that's fine. We can wrap it up.
Okay, yeah. So basically, I was like, well, I told him that the church would, be a good ally, or whatever, and I told him that I just wanted to meet with one of the representatives. I'm not sure what else.
I think it had something to do with meeting with the representatives.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think I was any more specific than that.
I know, yeah. This is really frustrating for me.
Just move on.
This is an important piece of the story, and I cannot remember it.
Does it have anything to do with the cult?
It does.
Yeah, he said it had to do with meeting with one of the representatives.
Okay.
Which, I don't know, maybe Connor, you'd have an idea of what that meant.
One, keep it in mind. And
don't kill him? Probably don't kill him. It's us.
No.
Anything to do with
because that was the meaning of that.
Yeah.
The meaning is physical violence?
No, the keeping an open mind was don't just stab them when you meet them.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, which was what I got from
I wish I had said the other one first, because then that would have just reminded me of it. Of this.
Yeah.
You're welcome. You're welcome for making you regret your decision even more.
I guess he only gives you one condition.
Alrighty.
Keep an open mind.
I mean, if you think of it later, I can tell you whether or not he would have accepted.
Yeah.
I suppose if he hadn't accepted, we'll just have to assume that he didn't.
I assumed that you would have accepted. Like it wasn't.
Let's just say the character forgot.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
There was something else, but whatever.
Yeah. There was something. My second condition is, and then I think what just happened with us. That's what happens in the actual thing. You just stand there.
Like, don't kill them.
No. Like you guys just stand there staring at each other for a while. Like, and he's just like, no. This is important. I can't.
Like, I'm pretty sure there was a thing.
There was another thing. Whatever. I'm sure you will. I'm sure you'll do it anyway. Yes. So
you know us too well.
So okay.
We just met you.
What did you want to know?
This is crazy. What? Sorry.
Oh, you wanted to meet with one of the representatives. Okay, so
Right.
he says, well, I can arrange that meeting. Yes.
Okay. It's also, if you know where they operate from, that would be useful information. Of course, I don't suspect for you to give me that information necessarily. I understand that might be dangerous in case we do determine that
Mm-hmm.
I understand that might not be on the table, but that would be appreciated. If I had information of any sort of leverage, it might make my conversation, I was going to say confrontation, a conversation with them go smoother, because I'd prefer not to go in blind.
Yeah, and I think he says, all right, let me think. Who would be willing to meet with you?
Does he offer the location of their operations? Does he not know, or
He, no, I think he ignores the question, and he's thinking about who should I set you up to meet with,
okay.
And I think he says, a lower representative would probably be good first. Let's set you up with Gen. Yeah, he's a good one. All right. So what you got to do is I will get this message again, but send or go down to one of the warehouses in the warehouse district down the river, and I'll give you a note here. Which one it will be? Okay, so you're going to want to. Hopefully there won't be anyone there. I don't think there will be. There are several warehouses that the cult kind of has control over. No one really knows that, so don't tell anyone. But okay, so you're gonna meet with this man, and he's gonna tell you about the cult. He's gonna give you the spiel, like. So I'm gonna be setting this up like you're going to want to join the cult.
Of course.
But again, I want to make an ally of the church. I really do. But I think it's important for you to not want to kill everyone. Even though these are cultists, they're still human beings. So shame on you if you want to just slice their fingers off or something. You're gonna meet with Gen, and he's gonna tell you what you need to do to join the cult. Who's gonna be there? How many of you? All of you?
He sounds like I have no idea. There were supposed to be
more of you.
3 other individuals here today. We have no idea where they are. I'll be honest, I don't know. at least the people here will be there.
Okay, well, I mean, I'm sure they'll be thrilled to have such a diverse number of converts. I'm
sure.
All right, so yes, go down to the warehouse, and I think I could set it up for this evening. I think I could do that. I think I could do that for you. It's a little short notice, but I don't think they don't really have a whole lot of else going on right now. They're just kind of holding up, hoping not to be killed by your church. So,
he's just taking pot shots left and right today.
Ironically, Dellon doesn't care. He's just like, yeah, no.
But yeah, so you're gonna do that. And I mean, you can take it from there. That's all you need from me.
This is that I appreciate your assistance, as does the church. I will be certain
Absolutely.
that you receive. I relate to them how useful you were.
Yes. And what's great about this whole situation too is now that I am in charge of the house, now that I have control, because poor dear departed brother, rest in peace. But now that I'm in control, it's good to have allies. And granted, I am not saying that I'm not going to still help the cult. All right, that's not what I'm saying.
I understand. I understand your options remain open.
I have to remain open to all of the options, especially now that I am in charge of the house, because I am in charge of a lot of people, and they all rely on me. They all rely on me, and I have to look out for their interests more than anything. Their interests.
He nods. He says, "I'm not a politician, but I'm aware of your responsibilities.
Yes.
Says, I understand the situation."
Good man. All right, so Dellon, and he kind of like puts his hands on both your shoulders, looks you deep in the eyes, and he's like, Dellon, don't fail me. All right?
What does that mean? Oh.
Be open to the cult of the dreamers, to the dream itself. Dream a good dream. And maybe I will see you on the other side of this whole thing, wearing the eye on your chest, emblazoned proudly. That would be a good day indeed. And you, and he looks at, like, Antonius, you have a clippy mouth.
I think Antonius
watch
left.
that.
Yeah, Antonius
Right,
just
he
left.
did. I totally forgot.
Cantarius is here, though. You can insult Cantarius.
He
I'm
wouldn't have
not
said
blind
that.
anymy though. It's not as easy.
He wouldn't have said that to Guitarius, so...
Yeah.
And you're no longer blind. What a jerk. What I would say.
Oh, man. Anyways.
Seriously, what is wrong with me? Stupid Cantarius.
But yeah, so he says, all right, well, that's all, I suppose. I'm going to go get drunk now.
He nods. Says,
To mourn, of course, to mourn. Promise,
Of course.
To mourn.
Of course. He
Take a
nods.
drink
Says,
with a lot of us.
says, I'll be there
You guys
at
say
the
that,
appointed time.
Guitarius?
I think so.
Because it's really hard to tell.
Yeah.
Most of the time you
So
don't.
much sarcasm flying around. It's hard to tell when it's in character. Yeah. So Dellon
He's
just
like-
kind of gives him.
But I think in response to what you said, Cantarius, he's like, I will take several. One for each of you. No, 3 for each of you.
I appreciate
promise.
And I whisper to David, hopefully he dies from drunkenness. I don't have to deal with this crap anymore. Nah, he's not that bad, is he?
Well, we don't think he's that. All I know is that
He's just obnoxious, I
he
guess.
be annoying,
I don't say that.
and that he apparently ruins Antonius's life. But I mean, like from my interaction, he's just gregarious. But you know,
Yeah, so I whisper to Dellon and I say the more drunk he is, the less time he'll spend with us. The more time he has to recover. That way.
Yeah. So once we get out, like we're walking out, I assume, so we have some distance when you say that, and he's just like, yes.
No, I just say
odd.
it. All right, no.
Don't do
No,
that.
sorry, no.
Yeah, he nods like that was strange to say the least.
Mhm.
And then he gets out, and I assume Antonius is still there.
Yeah.
All right. So he looks to you and says, "We have our meeting with the cult." He says,
Captain Peacock's not going to be there, is he?
"No, he is not." So I apologize that you had to interact with somebody with such a complicated past. Says, yeah. I think he just kind of leaves it to that.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, actually, I think he's like, this doesn't happen to have anything to do with your shop, does it? Because I understand it was sensitive, but I mean, perhaps I shouldn't have asked. But
Yes, that's exactly what it is.
so he took your shop then?
Yes, that's exactly what it is.
Okay, so I think you can totally tell that's a lie, Dellon.
Okay. Are you trying to be convincing, Antonius?
I think Cantarius is just trying to
Get me to shut up.
Antonius is
One of those
trying.
aces.
I got you doing
wants
it.
to
Then.
shut up at this point.
Okay. All right. So it's not really. It's pretty obvious a lie. It's just like. Okay.
Just leave me be.
Like, I see. Okay. Of course. Yeah. So then I think he's just if as long as no one else has anything planned, he's just gonna head down there. And I think he's gonna pull Yuma and aside for a second. If nothing, no one else has anything else they want to say before we get there.
No.
Yeah.
No? All right. Yeah. So he pulls Yuma aside and he says, "When we first, I mean, she might. I'm kind of interested to see how she reacts in general when I talk to her. So as they're walking, I think he says, Yuma, and he kind of like gestures to his head to the side. He's like, "Can I talk to you for a second?"
She nods and goes over with you. She's staring at she's looking at anything but your eyes though. So.
Gosh darn it! All right. He's like when we
got off on the wrong foot with the woman.
Oh, you have no idea.
Well, I mean,
was
she was one of the cultists, so the first foot was I'm gonna kill you. It's actually a lot better now than it was then, but I don't know. Anyways,
Woman trouble.
yeah. Even worse for Dellon, he has no skills. Anyways, just says when we get to it's a dock, right? You said. Or
Warehouse, yeah.
Okay, I don't know. I thought it was a dock. He says
it's right here.
Oh, so it is by the docks. Okay. He says when we meet with the cultists, obviously I want you and Maria along with me, but I prefer it if you stayed out of sight. I don't know what the Dreamers haven't sight. I don't know a single thing about them. He says if you could stay off to the side with Maria, you're the only one I trust to protect her. And I want her there. She's certainly capable, but I don't want her alone. And like I said, you're the only one I trust with her. Says, can you do that for me?
I suppose I can.
I mean, there was hesitation there, so he's like,
I think you're getting through to her, Dellon.
Don't hesitate. That's not good. Do you want me to make an observation roll to see that she's like?
No, you can see. Yeah.
Okay. I think he's like, is there something wrong? I don't want to ask you to do something you're not prepared to do.
I will protect her. I will protect you. I'll be there.
He nods. He says, I appreciate it. It's like I knew I could count on you. And then he kind of, I mean, I think he kind of senses that she's been offish in general, so he's like, I'm just gonna get back into line and.
Yeah, and I think like when you step away after that, so it's like I knew I could count on you, and then like the camera stays with her and like it's really close to her face, and she says, "You can."
Oh, I hate Dellon so much.
Wait, what just happened?
Oh,
there was lady drama in the mini session we did.
Yeah, basically Dellon is just super dense and a horrible human being.
And there's a love triangle that he's still not really entirely aware of yet.
Yeah. And like I keep doing things like realistically, but every time I do it, it's just like totally slapping her in the face, and it's horrible.
It's great.
Anyways,
Jerk.
I mean, I'm just doing what he would do. It makes sense.
Why'd you make such a jerky character?
I don't know. He's
Honestly,
actually not being a jerk on purpose. He's just stupid.
Well,
very
yeah,
dense.
exactly.
Yeah, I've made like 4 observation rolls, and he's failed all of them. Like if I passed a single one of them, I wouldn't have been doing any of that. But yeah, I don't know. This game requires me to be an idiot.
Right,
that's a humble brag if I ever heard one.
Yeah. So do you think our conversation at the dock will be too long to include, or do you think we could add that? Because I feel like that's a good place to end.
Yeah, it is. I think
okay.
We'll pick up with that conversation because also I want to see what Alphonse has been doing, what Sergio has been doing, and what Theo has been doing in this time.
Okay, yeah.
I think it's really clear to me what they are, like the idea of what they're doing. Like Sergio is going to go reunite with his family stuff, and he's not like we'll come up with some reason why he did make the meeting. Theo he said right away, as soon as he heard that it was his cousin, he was like, Sammy, I'm going to go in right now. And so we're probably just going to say, yeah, Theo just went ahead of all of you and just went.
Yeah, he's just like there already.
You know, yeah.
Like, hey,
and Alpha, we're going to figure out what Alphonse did too. So,
so do we want to skip to the like meeting of them and then like end it?
Yeah, I mean, I think the closing shot is, I think that was it. I think you can. I think that was the closing shot. Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
Let me hit credits. Let's do beliefs and instincts and get out of here.
All right.
All right.
Jared, somehow I had a.
Jared's gone.
Oh, he left?
Yeah.
Oh, somehow I had a belief that only required me to talk to him, and he managed to make it so that I couldn't get Persona for that. Gosh darn it!
All right, do
Wait,
mine
so-
last.
so-
I'm gonna grab some real quick.
He left, and okay, that's fine.
Apparently, I don't know.
I don't know. Anyway,
feel kind of bad. He didn't do anything.
He didn't actually do anything. Yes.
Yeah, that's too bad.
It's fine. Yeah, he's good. Dellon.
Right.
Dellon, my man.
If I am to have the freedom to discern what I believe, I'm going to have to remove this curse. That means I need to know what it is. Don't know what it is. Didn't really do anything. In fact, I probably got further away from it because I made them all mad. Not that he planned on asking them politely or anything. If Hona claimed the relationship with Alphonse was mutual, I need to talk to him and discern the truth. Somehow, Jared make it so I couldn't do that.
I think you tried though, right? Like you tried.
Yeah.
To see, yeah. So fate. We can take fate for that.
I finally have Marie back, but I've made enemies doing so. Protect her from those enemies and keep her by my side. Didn't really. I guess I talked to Yuma about doing that, but like she didn't do anything.
Yeah, I need to bring up the whole situation again. I didn't really decision. So.
I'm sorry for what?
Said I need to bring up that in the story again about that because I haven't actually done it yet. But the thing is, like the Inquisitors left, so they didn't really care.
No, right. Well, and the only thing that really had anything to do with it was me talking to Yuma about it, and that hasn't actually happened yet. It's faster too. So I don't really think that. I don't know.
Oh, you know what? That's actually a good point. I will protect her from those enemies. You can take fate for that. Yeah, asking Yuma to make sure she's got her back. That's yeah.
All right, cool. Thanks. Instincts never going unarmed under any circumstances. That didn't hurt me. I thought it was going to. I thought that was going to be one of his conditions. Like you can't wear swords. I'm like, not going to happen. If I'm to kill a man, I'll do it honorably whenever possible. Didn't do that. Never leave a word against Holy God in a challenge. Didn't do that. I don't really get in any trouble. I just don't get. I mean, whenever I get in trouble, it's just that I'm being an idiot. Disciplines didn't do anything. Haughty and religious didn't do anything. Faithful, market privilege, tonsured, fearless, believer. None of those did anything. Yeah. Nope. I think that's it.
So sorry, Dellon.
At least I have some fate. I mean, for crying out loud. Yeah.
Cantarius?
I was spared for a reason, and I'll administer my own justice. I'll master my own mind.
No, not
really.
Yeah.
My son is indeed a demon, and I'll find a way to kill him. I'll start by finding out whether or not he is in the city.
You didn't try to do that, so.
You know that I am just as evil as the rest of the Inquisitors, and I will find accountability. I didn't take the leader role.
Yeah, I feel like yeah, you can take fate for that.
Yeah, that was good.
If there's confrontation, I'll make sure someone better than me makes a deciding decision.
You also did that, but it did get you into trouble, so.
And I don't know.
Always.
I mean, it did cost him. It cost him influence, I guess. Like, I mean, you could have tried to be the leader in their eyes, and he turned it down because of that.
Yeah. Okay. So that scene though, like that wasn't any lasting thing. It's not like they're gonna come back and say, Antonius, why aren't you leading? Like,
right? Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Well, I mean, to be fair, he lost. He did forfeit the ability to claim that he was given authority. Like, if he was a contentious character, that like if he was Alphonse would have been like, yeah, this is my chance to like take it away from him.
Yeah.
Like, I can see where, like, maybe for his character, I guess it wasn't. But, I mean, I feel like that's kind of the point, is, like, I guess his character turned down the option to contest me.
You can take a fate for that, then. That's fine. That makes sense. So take fate for that first instinct.
Understood. Always helping somebody be better or have better circumstances, depending on the person. I was going to do that with Antonius, but I didn't see him.
Yeah, you're not going to have to go check out his shop sometime. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, mini system.
Yeah.
Instinct 3, never harm someone who's on a righteous or redeeming path.
You didn't really mean anyone who was on a righteous or redeeming path.
No. Or harm anybody, really. We didn't do either of those things. We all suck, and no one got hurt. So.
And I don't think you got any fate for your traits either, so. All right, Antonius.
Hi.
You definitely have some fate coming to you.
Our resident murderer.
Yes.
I mean, to be fair, there's a lot of those.
One of our resident murderers.
There we go. I want to get my life back, so we will play along with the church's schemes. The next step is locate the leadership of the cult. We worked toward it.
You did. So fate.
Yep.
I made trouble for myself.
Your beliefs actually don't need to make trouble for yourself. You just have to pursue them. It's your instincts and your... Okay, just make sure. Sorry.
I want to reunite with my family, so I will seek to regain my wife's trust. First step is actually talking to her. Let's just say that is not happening.
I mean, to be fair, you did talk... well, you went there. I guess you kind of talked to her.
He never talked to her. He didn't say a word.
I did
true.
actually explain.
What word?
I was back and told her the story.
Oh,
But
yeah.
weren't you talking to him though?
No,
He was the one who asked.
I thought you
I
were.
gave a few sentences to her first.
Okay. All right. I wasn't aware of that. That's fine. Yeah. I mean, you can take Persona for that then. I mean, you did it.
Okay.
You're probably not going to be able to do the first part of that, but at least you did the short-term part of it. Oh, man.
I want to murder my family, so I was... No, I'm kidding.
Boy, it ate it.
Oh,
I want to murder my wife at least.
That's terrible.
I don't want to be a horrible person, therefore I will rein in the
All right,
bloodthirsty
forgot about
impulses of the other members of the
Wow. Man. I feel like,
A little ironic there, aren't you, Antonius?
you know, I almost feel like if this thing was like a shift in his character, it almost might be a Deeds thing. Because, like, I mean, one, you were like, I want to keep everyone else from murdering people, and you just butchered someone, and if it has an impact on who he is,
So
I think that's a perfect Deeds
this is
thing.
the thing, though. He has had that belief for a long time. He's never really done it.
To be fair, he hasn't had a lot of chances, because, like, once...
I get that, but, like, okay, so
Right.
for example, if he had, like, been constantly trying to, like, get the other members of the party to not be bloodthirsty, and then he did this, perfect, like, absolutely D's point. But,
That's
like,
true, yeah.
there wasn't enough
He
build
just
to it.
doesn't want to hand out deeds points.
That's true. I mean, like, I was thinking he had it a long time, but yeah, the problem was that, like, after we stopped killing everybody was when he had it. So, which made sense, because that was when he was like, geez.
But then,
these
yeah,
people...
there wasn't any opportunity to,
Right.
try to rein in the bloodthirsty impulses, so...
Right, yeah, that's true. Which, and I mean, that not that can't happen. I mean, if he keeps, like, trying to do that and realizing that it just isn't working, and then, I mean, I feel like we could still earn a Deeds point out of that, if it's more of a gradual change in him.
I think it will
But-
it will depend on where he goes next.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that was a moment that is defining for his character, but I think if he goes back from that and then tries to rein in the bloodthirsty impulses, he's like, no, we all need to be cool with this, guys. We all need to be trying to do this, and then there comes that moment where like he has to like kill someone and he just does it cold-heartedly, like bloodthirstily. Then it'd be like, all right, yep, the transformation is complete.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Well, and that makes sense, because people are rarely like, I mean, they might do something, but they're rarely like instantly change.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think makes sense. Yeah, you came the closest to a Deeds point than
I think you got a fate point for if I see something broken, I must fix it.
Yes.
I totally think you got a fate for that. Because that's exactly what happened. You're like, oh, I see a problem. This'll fix it.
Yep.
Cool.
It's more like you saw something.
Right.
that-
I would think that I always believe I am right was also a factor there.
I don't think so, because no one was challenging you and saying that you weren't right? Like, it was...
Well, I mean, the guy was telling him that they've been friends forever and that he should calm down. They should be able to talk this out, and he might have.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
he
again,
clearly,
it wasn't... If the situation had been...
Yeah.
He comes up and he says, listen, you need to chill out.
Right.
Like, I am gonna bury your wife now. You need to leave.
Yeah.
And this is what's best for you. And he's like, no, it's not. This is not what's best for me. I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah.
That would have been, different.
It was
situation.
probably less of like I'm gonna think about this. This is the right decision, and more of like I can't believe you just did that. I'm gonna kill you.
Exactly.
Thing.
Which is why I see
Yeah.
something broken, I must fix it.
Yeah,
Is
that's true.
yeah.
Fair enough. Plus, that was the same situation too. So,
Mhm.
yeah, I see it.
Sure. Okay. And then...
So did I always have a knife on me get you into trouble in the situation? Like, what would he have done if he did not have a knife on him?
probably gone for a hammer and been significantly less successful.
Yeah, he probably would have gotten mauled.
Yeah.
So.
All right, yeah, take a fate for that. I always have a knife on me.
Awesome.
I'm back.
Let's see. Traits.
Antonius almost got a deeds point, but then didn't.
No.
Because Caleb managed to talk his way out of it.
Yeah.
And he still has a potential for it, though, I think.
Yeah, he definitely has a potential for a character changing thing here, but it hasn't really happened yet.
What happened?
Well, his character has the whole like rein in the bloodthirsty impulses of the group, and then he just murdered somebody. So like the contention, like that's a pretty huge 180. But the contention was that he hasn't really had a chance to really like employ that. So basically, like if his character goes back to that and is like, okay, no, we need to calm down, and then like over time is eventually like, no, you know what, just kill everybody, then that'll be like a
Did he
180
kill the one
worthy
dude
of a
you were
deeds
talking
point. So what?
Did he kill the one guy you were talking to?
No,
No.
he killed the guy in his forge at his forge.
Oh, okay. I thought he'd killed the other guy too.
See, that's
No,
the thing.
no,
I feel like
No.
if Antonius had literally just gone up and like stabbed the guy in the throat or whatever just right away, like that might have been a deeds point because that would have been a very dramatic shift in his character.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, he did kind of have to be pushed to it. That's true.
Exactly.
So yeah, but I think there's definitely one there. So anyways.
There's definitely one there to get.
Hmm.
not sure that that's one that Josh wants Antonius to get, though.
Come here.
Yeah.
Get
Well,
the
I
deeds
mean,
point.
yeah.
Go get it.
Yeah.
You're cutting out.
Oh, sorry. It's probably for the best.
Oh man.
Anyway, so traits.
Yeah.
You have Peacekeeper. I forgot about.
I do.
Oh no.
You have Peacekeeper.
Ambitious,
Oh.
cynical, religious, haughty, gluttonous, made man, hand-eye coordination, and unlucky.
Take a fate for unlucky, man. I'm so
Yeah.
sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
That.
so
Yeah.
sorry.
That's terrible. Oh.
That's so bad.
So 4 fate and 1 persona then.
Nice.
Nice. That's a pretty solid haul.
It's not Alphonse level, but it's
It's a
pretty
solid
solid.
Yeah.
Alphonse, you didn't do anything.
I kept my secret,
That's
and
true.
I want to try to make Dellon not murderify me.
That's not a word.
So Jared, I'm so mad at you. I had a belief. All it was talk to Jared. I didn't get it. What the heck? Killing me.
There's Alphonse.
Dellon totally saw that I tried to shift the blame from him.
Yeah,
down
so
to
you
Kyle.
can get a fate for that one, because you were working towards it. That's totally fine.
And keep my secret. Totally did that.
I mean,
Again,
take a
secret.
fate for it, because it hasn't happened. Like you haven't kept
Oh yeah, no,
them.
I wasn't arguing
Okay.
for persona.
Yeah.
I was arguing for fate.
Yep. You take fate.
And I didn't do anything else.
Secret.
Well,
The quick rundown, Jared. Basically, we went and talked to the brother of one of the guys who was murdered in the riot, and then he was a supporter
Yeah, dude.
of the Well, it also turned out to be the guy who got Alphonse thrown into jail, but he apparently is a supporter of.
Antonius.
you said Alphonse.
Why do I do
Will-
that?
I don't know.
I understand when I do it with guitar. At
Yeah.
least that sounds like it, but I don't know.
It's an A.
And my brain. Yeah, I don't know. My brain's just not in it today. Anyways, there was a person who got Antonius thrown in jail, but he was also like a supporter of the cult. So basically, we convinced him to set us up with the cult, and so we're meeting them
Mhm.
like in the evening.
Mhm.
Okay.
So basically, I was like, the highest chance we have of finding Alphonse is to go where the trouble is. So we're just gonna do that.
Cool.
Okay.
All right. Well, that's our session. It's gonna be very interesting to see the ramifications of all this crap. So yeah, we'll be back next week. Same bat time. Same bat
Before we go, everybody needs to play The Last Guardian.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty
Is it
great.
good?
Everyone.
It's so good, David. It's so good.
Nice.
So
Cool.
good. It may be Trump's Shadow of the Colossus. We're not sure.
Wow.
Maybe.
Do you play
No.
things?
No, I can't. Yes. Okay, Caleb.
Cool.
I looked it up. You can actually fight the soldiers by yourself. If you jump on top of them, you can yank their helmets off.
I didn't know that.
I know. It's the coolest thing ever.
Anyway, let's finish the recording.
So many things you can do that I had no idea you could do. So that's a Yuda game for you.
All right. Ciao.
Yeah.